Hey, good morning out here in January on our cattle and horse ranch. Just doing a little bit of choring this morning. We have to give some water to our coffee bean greenhouse, and we have to buy a new tractor today. I rolled the last one and it messed it up really good. It wasn't worth it, so it has been totaled out by the insurance company. And now we need to put water into this little greenhouse. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll unload a little bit more fertilizer first as well, before I move this out of the way. And then go from there. So there's not much going on this month when it comes to the ranch. It'd probably be a good day for me to do some horse stuff and try to get them clean and ride a couple of them and see what's going on with the horses, since I haven't checked them. Our other field is not completely deforested. We still need to clear some trees off of there, but there's not really much room left at the sawmill, so I'm not super concerned about that at the moment. And I don't think we could plant until March anyway, so we still have a few months to do that. What else? We need to start working on where our actual house will be. I think we might put in one more cattle barn. The one with all the random cattle is kind of looking kind of full. So we might just move those. Holy cow, that took a lot of water. We might end up changing that out and adding a new one. Probably right here on the left. We got this field. We could probably put a big cow pasture on it and let that just be a cow field. We could probably do that. We got those other fields now to give us some stuff, and then possibly, I don't know. Actually, we will fill this up real quick. So at the moment, I'm going to jump down. I'm going to make sure our sawmill's going good. And then I'm going to get back up here and kind of just see what we need to do. This field is not ready to be mowed. Let's double check when we plant our oats. Oats are in March. Sorghum is in April, so we could do that as well. We don't really need anything else. So I'll see you in a bit. I gotta just put this trailer away. Alright, so we're down here at the sawmill. I kind of wanted to show you the mess that we're in. So we have wood stacked everywhere. Got a bunch here, we got a bunch here. We got a bunch sitting on here, and luckily this one, we should be able to get a bunch of this off for now. There we go. It is now full. Unfortunately, we still got a mess, so we're going to clean that up and try to just neaten it up a little bit. It just entails us using this guy and trying to pull some of those logs out. To do that, we might actually just push it all together. And then kind of show you what I mean. So kind of just push it together. And then we'll kind of grab it with our straps. Try to put more of it out onto a little area. Alright, we're not gonna mess with it. We'll just leave it. Leave the mess! Alright, dang it. Come on, get off of there. Now you're in the freaking road. Alright, but anyway, we're gonna have to get a different strap for this guy. We're gonna have to bring down some diesel for it at some point. But yeah, so that's kind of Now we're sitting down here at the moment. We got a bunch of wood chips in there still. I know we made a ton of money last month selling some wood chips. And we do got some products popping out, so that's pretty good. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna run back up and get to work. Alright, so I was thinking about getting this to replace our tractor. It's pretty badass. And it has a PTO on it, I think. Looks like it. So it'd work for everything. Look how big that freaking muffler is. Oh my goodness. Man. Alright, anyway. I wanted this because it has 682 power. We could boost it by another 20%. I ain't doing the math. And it's pretty freaking sweet. However, it doesn't have the... what's it called? Well, this doesn't either. This thing. The precision farming thing. So... yeah, we kind of need that. So unfortunately, we can't get it. And I'm not 100% sure what I want to get. I looked at some other ones. And, like, this one has it. But these don't have PTOs. Wait, does it have a PTO? Maybe. Kind of looks like it. This might be pretty cool. A little use of action. Whoo! Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to go through and figure it out and then buy a new tractor. I like John Deere's. That's what Grandpa used to have. But like this definitely has no PTO, right? Like that, this big dog just pulls shit. So I'll figure it out. Do a big bud. It wouldn't even fit down the road anyway. Alright, I'm going to buy a tractor. So I don't think we're getting another New Holland. I want something a little bit bigger. And yeah, so I'll see you in a few. Alright, so we bought a tractor. And you guessed it. It's this guy. Super dope. Super sexy. Looks like there's a... How did I crouch again? Yeah, it looks like there might be a little PTO in there. Hopefully. My favorite part is it's not an articulating tractor. It does all the wheel steering. I don't like articulating tractors, so this makes me super happy. And look at it. It fits on the trailer. It looks so sweet. So good. Yeah, now it's probably a little much for a mower. So we might get something else for the mowing. Yeah, so let's see. Let's look together. Teamwork. Alright, so we got the Batwing. It needs 125. So probably like a couple hundred more. Let's see. Let's see. We want the same brand. And they don't make a medium. Alright, so... What color are these? It's all black. So we can probably get this. Just 355 horsepower. We probably don't need to like get any fancy extra power or anything. I mean, 300 grand? Huh. I don't know. It's a great question. Okay. Oh no, I didn't set it up all the way. Oh well. So, look at that. So we got two tractors. Don't know why, but we do. We'll probably just use this one like for mowing and stuff. And then we'll probably use that one for bigger things. That's my guess. both fit. Look at that, matching. Alrighty, so next question is, are these going to get up to the farm? Time will tell. Look at those steep hills, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why we bought 2 tractors. Just felt like we should, and they match. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of cleanup about with some stuff. The carrots that were in this one area to our right, I sold some of those, and I put a bunch into storage for our horses. Then I fed all the animals. Well, I didn't feed the horses, but I fed all of our cow barns and put some silage in, so that way they are good to go, at least for a little bit longer, try to get through the winter. I just used a bunch of the bales that we had in storage, so I'm trying to get those done. And then we are going to take our roasted coffee beans and take them over to our little kiosk and put them in there so we could have some coffee going when we have our events. So that's going to be pretty sweet. It'll be like our first little load. And before we do that, figure we might as well top off the raw coffee beans real fast, since we're already going to be over here. And then after this, I was trying to find another barn. We have a bunch of bulls that we need to put somewhere so they can kind of just grow older and we can sell when they get to the right age. And I just can't find anything I like. So I think I'm just going to do like a big open pasture one. And then they could just kind of sit there, and we'll just stick it somewhere. Probably on that little field. So that would be pretty cool. And I tried to look to see if there's any really other areas we can turn into grass into fields, and I don't know if there's gonna be much. We might be able to do a little bit here and there with like on sides of mountains, so we have to buy some more property anyway so we could kind of own the roads and update them so they're not all mud. But I think we're almost out of fields, but we still have to buy some land, so we still want to buy like 51, 50, 38, like these ones right through here, probably 47. So it'd be like a good chunk. Yep. So it'd be a good chunk of change, but it'll kind of allow us to do what we want. Alright, let's roll over here real quick and sell this. We got some juice going. Look, we got a whole bunch of wine. So on the left, look at all that wine. We need to get a storage building, like a climate controlled one, so we could kind of store all of our stuff. So it's not just sitting out here. So we'll sell this real quick. And we're selling it, but you know, the story is, put it here, it's going to go into our little cafe over there. But you can't sell cups of coffee out the cafe. Okay, that's 50 G's almost. Just out of the back of our dump truck. I was not expecting that. shuttling a little bit. That's not good. There we go. Holy cow. 100 and almost 180,000 from the trailer. That's pretty sweet. I think we'll be okay with money once we are done with our sawmill. So that's good. Oh, look at all that delicious money. Alright, our honey's going pretty good. A little bit of honey. So I think now it's just back to clearing that field and getting to work on it. So I think that's where I am off to. Oh. Okay, so our sawmill is super full and we still have a bunch of this wood. So I think what we're going to do is end up moving, just stacking it somewhere easy. We'll probably pick it up and stack it on this field for now. Need piles. My frames are dropping quite a bit when we hit the sawmill right now, so it's just grass. So we'll probably just pick it up and stack it over here. And then once the sawmill goes down, we'll just keep shuttling it down. But it's just not being lovely at the moment. And we still got to cut down these trees, so we are going to get back at it. We did not get it done with the big dog we leased, and it wasn't worth releasing, I didn't feel, because we got most of everything we want done. So back to our little machine, and just out here trying to get this done. That's pretty cool. Okay, so our sawmill is crazy full again, and I want to get this cleared because I want to move on to start clearing where our house is going to go. I want to move our workshop, so we could maybe add some more animals. I was thinking about doing goats and stuff. Oh, dang. But we can't really do that until we have more land cleared over there. So the goal is get this cleared. Wow, that was horrible. I think we're going to get a different utensil for this thing. I figured we'd use this because we haven't used it in a while, so we're not clearing as much. We're not digging as much at the moment. So I wanted to give it a whirl, but I don't know if I like this little scooper on it. I didn't want to have to move our telehandler again, so figured why not? We have it. Let's use it. Need to jump in this guy. Let's turn it on. Needs this trailer again to hold a bunch. So hopefully get all this in here. Of course not. Doesn't fly away so easily. The telehandler is just so much more efficient. Alright, well, I am going to go and find a different freaking tool for this. And then I'm just going to come back and start cleaning all this up. So if I just fill the trailer, and if I don't get it all done today, then tomorrow we'll put some more wood down at the sawmill. Okay, so we got that area cleaned out, and we got a bunch of wood chips. So we're going to sell them real fast and make a little bit more money. Probably won't be the greatest amount, but that's fine. We got that area cleared. It is plowed. And now we just got to purchase the soil samples and get it all lined up.
so it is ready for our next harvest, which I believe will be probably oats. We have 400,000 bucks pretty much, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah. So the big issue I had was that when we were doing the wood chips, the logs were too wide, like too long, so I had to like cut them all in half, and then it went super fast. So I'll kind of show you. We'll stop up here and I'll show you the sawmill situation on why we ended up going with a bunch of wood chips. We still need to have some more wood go into our sawmill because we are going to move on to where our house is going to be, and our workshop, we want to move that as well. So we have a bunch more wood that needs to come down here, but it is a frame dropping mess at the moment. So roll on down. It's gonna be a pain to get out of here, I guess. So we got wood all stacked up here. We got wood there. We got wood there. We got wood stacked up in here. So we got wood everywhere. We just come in and top her off. So that's why we did go with the wood chips, even though it don't make us quite as much money, but this down here is going to take us a few months to get through everything, and we're dropping frames like there's no tomorrow. We have every single thing working right now on to use the wood. So we're making planks, long planks, wood beams, prefab walls. And at some point we'll come over when it gets full and sell all that stuff. But for now, we're going to grab a tractor and get everything moved up there, back to the ranch, the main ranch area. There we go. And so we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so it is now February and it snowed. We're going to move our raw coffee beans over, and don't think this is ready. Nope. So we probably won't do much in February, just because of the weather, and I don't want to have to plow or try to drive up and down the roads in the snow. But we do need to take care of some stuff out on the ranch, so we are going to do that. We need to check our animals. I might use this time to actually take care of our horses a little bit and maybe ride a couple of them and get some brushing going on those fellas. But for the most part, we're just sitting here and we're just gonna get some stuff done. I gotta check all the productions to make sure there's still room for everything and kind of go from there. Alright, so we are still in February. Now we have this little path here. Kind of goes back, and we put in a manure heap so we could try to use that on our fields. And yeah, so it's just kind of sitting out here in the middle of a bunch of our barns. It looks like every single barn has it connected except for one. So our water buffalo, it still says no manure heap, so I don't know how close we have to get to that. But all the other ones we have, so yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. So we just cruise in, boom, 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 and scoop out the manure and use it. So we might try to put one closer to this and see if it'll catch it.
I'm not sure how close it needs to be since those ones are super far away. And it's still catching in here. But, oh well, we'll figure that out. And then I'm trying to put in a big pasture right here. So that's kind of on the agenda as well that I'm working on. I just haven't found the one I want to use yet for that. I was looking at like a Brazilian one, but it like, this is why this big lump's here, because it like keeps raising and expanding it everywhere, and I don't like that. So I'm still trying to figure that out at the moment. Right here, we may take this out and put in some chickens, or I don't know if that's gonna mess up the grass. Nope. Or just like a sheep and goat one, just one. Or if we leave it, and then over here we put in like a cow pasture, the sheep pasture, and then we got rid of this barn because I'm moving this building, and then we could just put in like chickens right here. I just want to give a little bit more of a like feel when our customers are coming, right? Like they'll be able to see the animals, and then once they park, they can kind of walk around and see the different animals. So that's kind of my thought there. Or since they're parking here, we put some goats and sheep on the right side of the parking lot, and some chickens on the right side of the parking lot, or even have some of them over here where they can see the animals over here. But I kind of want to start blocking this area off so they can't really come back here, and we could just move the horses up. And then here's where we're going to put that building. I started clearing it out already. So we got to clear these out and get that building reestablished there, and then our house is going to go over there. And then if we need to make a field, we could put up another field, but hopefully we don't have to. I'm trying not to take up too much of that grass over there, but you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so we got a manure pit here. Boom, get the manure. And then, as it said, all of the cow barns have a manure pit attached to them now. So over here we got this manure pit. Bam. Over here we got this one. So that's good. And then, come on. Alright, so manure. So it says they all got manure. So that's pretty awesome. That's our little update at the moment. And now I got to get back to work to get everything else I want to get done kind of for this episode. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so we got some changes to our ranch here. So the first one is we moved our workshop. So this workshop is now over here by our horse stable. So boom, horses. We got our workshop. We'll probably our house will go over there. So we got this going. I got to fix that corner. That's going to drive me bananas. All right, so that's the first thing that we have updated and changed. So the second thing is we paved, well, we didn't pave, we put gravel down on all of our mud roads, or mud paths, I guess they were. Now they're like little gravel roads. So like here we have some pebbles, and then it goes around kind of everywhere. And then we added a sheep, like a little sheep barn here. We don't have any sheep yet, but we'll deal with that a different day. And then we added this big cow pasture here. So the idea for that was So when people are coming in, like little kids and stuff, they'll be able to see the cows. They can see some sheep and goats. We'll put both in there. We're not super huge on making money from them, but at least, you know, they could see them. And then, so we went with a fenceless pasture so we can get it to work the way we want, to get it to look the way we want it to look. So we'll probably put like the bowls and some other stuff in here. Our manure heaps are not functioning. So when we look at all of these, so like we have manure heaps, so it's connected to this one. Finally, that one's connected, but our other one's disconnected for some reason, and I don't know why, but it is what it is, I suppose. We'll just leave them in place so they can look cool, and that's kind of just what it is, I suppose. And then we're gonna cruise on down, and we gravelled all of this. So all of these roads have gravel, but to do that we need to buy some land. So the only piece we didn't own at the moment that we need to is 47, because this whole piece is got gravel on, so we're gonna buy that so we are up to what we're supposed to be. I just wanted to have you on here when we bought it. So there's that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. There's probably going to be some more changes coming along. I just don't know when or what those will be. I'm still trying to figure out our kind of like what the final form of our ranch should be before we are done building everything. We still need our house. We need to put our kind of like fertilizer and stuff back, and all of those things. Oh, that's not the cattle one. Yeah, so I think we'll call this episode here. Thanks for hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, follow along. We are making huge progress in getting the aesthetics the way we want them, and who knows what's going to happen next. Jump. Oh, we just went through it. All right. Take care. Later. Peace.